Most of us are sleepwalking through life, and the worst part is that we all know it. We chase things which we never really wanted at the first place, and when we finally get them, we're still not satisfied. So we chase the next thing and the next thing and the next thing and the next, not because it gives us joy or pleasure, but because it gives us false progress. It keeps our mind quiet from asking the true question that we're all afraid to ask. Am I actually happy? It's kind of like that thing in Minecraft where you hold a stick with a carrot over a pig and the pig just follows it wherever you point it. And I'm not saying humans are pigs, but we're all just blinded by the thing in front of us with no idea of our surroundings. I remember I was in 8th grade and we were having our finals. A few minutes of the exam was left and all of a sudden one of my classmates fell from his chair and started having a seizure. His entire body started shaking and having spasms, and eventually there was foam coming out of his mouth. And everybody was horrified at this because we never seen shit like this. But there were some students who saw what happened and didn't really give a shit about it and went back to their exam. Like somebody was dying in front of them and it didn't really matter, you know? And I won't act as the golden guy because that's what I did too. I went back to my exam. After all, back then it felt like these grades were my life, and if I failed, I'd be no worse than the guy on the floor. Nowadays we'll see a person dying in the street right in front of us and do nothing, and just avoid it and say, it's not my problem. But why? When did this carrot on the stick appear into our lives? You know, somewhere along the way, we all stopped giving a shit about everything happening around us because honestly, it didn't really matter anymore. The only thing that mattered was the carrot at the end of the stick right in front of us. I remember the first time I felt this in my life. It was in 5th grade, and back then I loved reading books. Goosebumps, Roald Dahl, Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Harry Potter, Percy Jackson. Shit, any book you'd give me, I'd probably read it. And not only storybooks too, but encyclopedias about dinosaurs, space, ancient Egypt, ancient Rome, ancient whatever. I'd read that shit too. I'd read almost a book a day. But then one day, one of my teachers told my parents to stop giving me quote-unquote bad books and start giving me big boy books. So my parents, being good parents, listened and started buying me thick-ass books. And because of that, I stopped reading completely and never picked up a book again for several straight years. I was looking for apples, bananas, pears, and anything which I felt like. But then school put a carrot in front of me and said everything else beside this was poisonous. And I say we because I think this happened to us all. It might not be the exact same story, but one day you felt like you could do anything in the world. You could achieve anything you wanted to achieve. You were free, you were loved, and then the next, all of it just gone. And the worst part about it all is that the carrot never disappears, but rather gets bigger and bigger and bigger until it covers your entire vision. And I think you already know what I mean by the carrot. It starts with getting the best grades, then with getting to a good university, then with getting a good job, then with getting more money, and then with getting more status. And we all know that status is an endless game. And so if we know that the carrot in front of us, it does exist, and we know how it came to be there at the first place, then the final question becomes, who's controlling the stick?